The city of St. Louis is taking a new approach to addressing public safety with the creation of an Office of Violence Prevention that is funded by pandemic relief funds. News 4's Gabriela Vidal sat down with the director of the city's new office on how he hopes to improve safety across the community.
From downtown shootings to children caught in the crossfire of gun violence, the city of St. Louis is focusing new efforts to tackle crime before it begins.
I think this is an exciting opportunity. I'm excited to be able to do this. I'm honored to be able to do this.
Wilfred Pinckney is the director of the city's new Office of Violence Prevention.
Looking at non-law enforcement alternatives to or approaches to public safety.
The division was established last week with the signing of Alderman Board Bill 65.
It is about coordination. So an Office of Violence Prevention allows for a central place where these efforts that already are taking place and community organizations who are already engaged in trying to address reducing violence can come together and can be organized to do it in a better and more effective way.
The Office of Violence Prevention will utilize nearly $14 million in American Rescue Plan money to establish grants for local organizations to use in the efforts to combat violence and establish future youth programs.
Typical community process where we put out RFPs, requests for proposals, for people to submit ideas, initiatives, programs that they would like to either implement or they are already implementing that they feel can help address violence in the community.
Pinckney says his new office, which will eventually be staffed by at least 5 other people, will serve as a centralized hub where groups that are already doing the work to improve public safety can coordinate their efforts.
Such as Cure Violence, such as our crisis management system, such as reentry services.
He says other communities across the country have started similar offices of violence prevention. But right now, the St. Louis Metropolitan Police Department is short 102 officers. News 4 asked, why not use ARPA funds to enhance existing efforts, such as policing, instead?
Because there's no one thing that solves the crime problem in any city, right? An important thing in this city is to make sure we're looking at public safety holistically.
A unique position, Pinckney says he's more than qualified to take on.
One of the things is I'm a former police officer, right? And in my time working in policing, these types of things weren't available to me as a tool.
Some of the other areas in which the Office of Violence Prevention will be working to fund is organizations or resources that help get residents employment, access to mental health services, and create summer activities and safe spaces that keep children away from violence.
Those are really important areas to address in terms of the root causes of why people engage in violent behavior.
Pinckney says they will continue to pursue other funding sources to help support the Office of Violence Prevention after ARPA funds are exhausted. In downtown St. Louis, Gabriela Vidal, News 4.
The Office of Violence Prevention will also have its own office that will be built over the next couple of months.